We have the lovely Laura Strickling, and other people who are interviewed are Leah Crochetto and Zachary James. And we're so happy to have all of these artists interview with us. I really believe that they represent a new generation of fresh and innovative ideas and excellent talent. So, Laura, your debut solo album, Confessions, featuring pianist Joy Schreier, is nominated in the Best Classical Vocal Solo category at the Grammys. Tell us a little bit about how this project came about.
I do a lot of vocal recitals, and I am a huge proponent of art song repertoire. And this song cycle, Confessions, I've been singing it for many, many years. And every time I sang it, people would say, where do I hear that cycle again? That song, it really spoke to me. It sounds like something I would have said. I haven't heard anything like that. Yes. And so many people said that to me that I knew I needed, the market need was asking for something and I needed to provide it. And so I went with that as my cornerstone and started putting together a CD of repertoire by composers who are working today, whose music I have been influenced by, and who have been proponents of my career in many cases. And for me, it's really, really important that the words I sing matter and that they feel like something I would say. They deliver a message to the audience that I want to deliver. So that was kind of, building a program for this CD, much in the way that I would for an art song recital. I started recording it in 2017 and didn't finish, and so planned to come back around and finish it about a month after we started. And I live in the island of St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands.
Yes. Oh, wow.
So all of a sudden,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I love your Instagram, by the way. I'm envious when I see the sun and the greenery. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It is not a traditional place to run a career from. But the reason this affects the CD is that I started it and plan to go right back in and finish it. But 2 Category 5 hurricanes hit our island in 2 weeks in 2017. And all of a sudden, I did not have any money or any mental bandwidth to be doing recording. I had enough emotional energy to be a mom and to keep doing all of the gigs I had, but there was just extra things took a back burner for a while. It wasn't until 2009 that Joy and I got back in the studio to finish the CD. And then I was a working singer. I had gigs. I don't have an assistant. I don't have a team. I had, all the work that needed to happen to get the CD across the finish line. It just simply didn't have the time to do it. So this completed recording sat on my shelf for another year. And then the pandemic happened, unfortunately, but fortunately I was not working. And all of a sudden I was sitting on this island in St. Thomas. I separated from my friends, my collaborators, and my gigs. But I had time to take this recording that I started in 2017 over the finish line and release it in November of 2020.
That is so amazing. How do you feel being nominated for a Grammy? How does that, I want to jump for joy for you. Because I'm really serious, because you went through so much with everything, such as life, what we all go through.
Yeah.
Isn't that like I don't know, like a...
Well, the cliche is it's such an honor just to be nominated. But yeah. I can now attest that it is such an honor just to be nominated. I'm actually a Grammy voter. And so I know all of the CDs that were up for this nomination. I saw the list, and I don't think for a second that my CD objectively deserves it more than any of them. All of those people put their blood, sweat, and tears and art and love into those projects. And so, kind of thinking about the idea that all of these things matter deeply and greatly, and somehow mine also gets to have this nomination. And for me, it's kind of life-changing. I don't think I've ever been so humbled and honored by such a amazing gift that's been given to me by this.
And this category is very traditional in the sense of so many great singers of the past have been nominated in this category. Cecilia Bartoli, Renee Fleming, Leontine Price. And now they're opera people, but it's just that the tradition of it all. So now I love your 40/40 project. I love the idea. I was looking at it on your website, and I think it also segues into how you use composers from today and you use composers from the 20th century. Can you explain a little bit more about your 40/40 project?
Sure. So in 2019, I was kind of thinking like, I want to make a contribution to the field of art song, because this is what I really love. And I work with so many different composers. I was looking at my recital seasons coming up, and I thought, it'd be really nice to commission something. But when I sat down and started to write down, like, who would I commission, the list kept growing and growing and growing, and I couldn't possibly narrow it down to one person. So I was like, well, maybe I'll do two, or maybe I'll just do four. And then I realized, like, that was not going to work. It had to be everybody. And of course, there's way more than 40. But I just kind of had this idea, like, I'm going to be 40 in 2 years. That's a long time. 2 years is a long time. Maybe I could commission 40 songs for my 40th birthday, and I'll call it the 40/40 project. And this was right before the pandemic began. And so I didn't realize what an important role it was going to play in kind of my own sense of artistic well-being during the pandemic, because, even though I was, stranded on an island in the Caribbean for 2 years and unable to collaborate with all of the artists that give me life and can, make me feel fulfilled as a human on the planet, I was still able to collaborate with these composers and these poets and these librettists and bring 40 amazing songs to life from a distance. And of course, now we're way over 40, and I've really just come to realize that the 40 at 40 project is my personal mission to commission, to continue to create with the artists around me, because anything I can do to support others is going to be better for the entire field.
And I also want to mention, everyone, she has an excellent anthology in her online store on your website. I think it's amazing that you're doing that, and especially this is the right time to do it, where we are recognizing composers from today even more. So last but not least, Laura, name 3 things that bring you joy other than music.
I'm a mom, so the first thing I have to say is my 5-year-old daughter, Busy, and every day is better because she's in it. And I'm actually traveling for work right now, and I miss her like crazy. But she wakes me up every single day at 5:30 and has for 5 years, and I would take that 5:30 wake up over any other wake up. My daughter, and I'm an orchid gardener. So I have like 65 different species of orchid in my backyard in St. Thomas. And it was actually after the hurricanes, I was kind of looking for a reason to find joy in the place I lived again, because I was so traumatized. We all were. It was a really hard time for everyone there. And I was trying to make peace with my place and find happiness. And so I think someone maybe even gave me my first orchid, or I don't remember how I got my first one, but one became 65, and I went from knowing absolutely nothing about orchids to like kind of being pretty knowledgeable about orchids, and kind of being the person people come to ask about orchid stuff. So I just take a lot of pleasure in, and they're a plant that only blooms once a year, so you put all of this work and love into them, and to see the flowers as often as would be nice, but I just find it very fulfilling.
Right.
So my daughter, my orchids, and I would say something outside of this is really hard. I just love the fact that my job allows me to have so many friends in so many different places.
Yes.
We moved a lot when I was a kid, and I put a lot of value in friendship and investing in friendships and people. And so I'm just so thankful for all of the people in my life that make it more rich. And I'm lucky to have a lot of friends in a lot of different places that mean so much to me.
Congratulations on your nomination. And I look forward, however it turns out. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And I'm so happy for you.